Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back. I'm going to start this. So there's a little bit of color in the background.
Hey, man.
All right, yes. So we are doing the LANK documentary. This was released by Alabama Crimson Tide Sports, I believe. I'm going to make sure it says, yeah, Alabama Crimson Tide. I think this is the official one. I'm not sure. Who cares? It's going to be interesting. Haven't seen this yet. This is LANK, the documentary. So Let a Naysayer Know is the acronym. Little 24 minutes. So it's about the same amount of time that we usually react to a video when it comes to that. The good old highlights. So let's get into it. Get Terrion Arnold right here. I'll kind of just play it. I'll probably just listen a lot to this, react to it. I'll pause when I need to react or talk about something. I might even interject, but let's jump into it. Let go.
Like I've been saying all season, and we're going to keep saying, man, let all naysayers know, man. LANK.
Yeah, I'm already going to stop it. This was led really by Terrion Arnold and obviously Jalen Milroe. I don't know too many other players that were really like huge advocates of this. Let me know if you have different opinions. Or we'll probably see it here anyway.
Own branded apparel reading LANK across the front. It's an acronym that stands for Let a Naysayer Know.
Let a naysayer know.
J-Mill, that's my LANK, brother.
Something we built throughout the offseason. You know, there's a lot of doubt that took place.
Texas is...
It's crazy that they say off-season because I thought it was actually built because of this Texas game and the sitting of Jalen Milroe in the USF game.
We're not going to say anything more than that.
And there's a lot of things that, you know, took place. And so that was one thing. We came together as one group, one unit to try to think of a motto.
There is all kind of negative rat poison, as I call it, you know, out there about this team.
But it really started off like, hey, man, when I go out there, I'm just let them know. Like, okay, J-Mill, you got to go out there and let them know.
And a small idea became something really big and special.
We had a player-only meeting. J-Mill was a starter. He gets up there, he said, we preaching LANK, but we not living by it.
I guess they wanted to prove to all the naysayers out there that we could do it.
But that's really what name, image, and likeness was supposed to be.
We also got to thank Yay Alabama. They put us in position to use the script A and use that as part of our merchandise,
Heck
part
yeah.
of our branding.
Being able to form something with the script A, something that the school can unite,
Right,
like,
hold on.
nobody's done that before.
So to see the transformation where it started into where it is now is something special.
You know, we're all really going to college to create value for our future. So getting an
You gonna do
education,
this?
developing the right characteristics towards success, these are the real long-term values that are much, much greater than the few $1,000s you can
Heck
make
yeah.
while you're going
Be
to
rocking that
college.
all day.
You know, take care of
All
school,
season.
being a best friend, you know, teammate, taking care of football. So that shouldn't be our worry, you know, with the dollar sign.
The crowd, like the fans, you need it. Like going into life, that's what we need. The next phase is really just, man, continue to go out there and LANK, or just to continue to go out there and prove yourself on a daily basis, man.
Yes, sir.
I think our team wanted to prove all year. There was a lot of naysayers early in the year, so we wanted to show people what we could accomplish and what we could do.
LANK is a transition that occurred during the offseason that grown into something really special. It started off into, you know, our brotherhood and our motto, into a evolution that influences a lot of people in this world.
With J-Mo and Messi kind of creating like the whole crane thing, just seeing the effect and the movement that it had, we said, man, we need to come up with something like that. It kind of just came about, man. Like we play a lot.
Yeah, that shit was so good in 2021. Oh man. Bond tried to do his own thing too, but of course Bond ain't here no more.
We joke a lot, but it really started off like, hey man, when I go out there, I'm gonna just let them know.
Man, you see the guys come up with the big LANK, man. That's real.
Number 99 himself. I think this guy's from like 2010, 11, somewhere in there. This guy's a champion right here, Josh Chapman.
And it was real form. And I watched it transpire from, I watched my mom when Terrion got to school here. They had a boat party for all freshmen to go to Save my house. And he got in my car and he told me, he said, Chap, I don't really like that. I'm like, you really like that? Oh, it is.
So we just wanted to create something that not only our team could buy into, but the Bama fans, because I truly feel like we have the #1 support system in all of college. So we really wanted to create something for them and something meaningful.
We really try to figure out instead of externally, we looked within to what is something that we can really master and really get better at. And it was a commitment level of the team and also embracing the challenge, which was, and it correlates to LANK.
I use the phrase, let all naysayers know, who we are as a team.
Oh my God, I need Nick to do this.
Unbeknownst to me, not any different than any other saying that I ever used, Jalen and Terrion kind of carry this forward, and it becomes sort of the team motto, so to speak.
I wonder if Malachi is going to be like
sort
the
of latch
proponent of
on
this
to
on
that.
defense
We have something to prove here. Let all naysayers know.
for 24.
It took off for real, Ole Miss, but it really started Texas.
Thank you, gentlemen. Closing in on kickoff, the Crimson Tide and the Longhorns.
That's such a beautiful field, bro.
Okay, J. Mill, he makes his debut versus Middle Tennessee. Okay, has a great game. And then going into the Texas game, they had great receivers. So on defense, it was going to be a tough challenge for us to face. And then on offense, J. Mill being from Texas and stuff, it kind of just, they tried to hype it up. Because in this world, all they do, they just try to build you up to make you fall. So when we said in an interview, they were like, so are y'all going to go out there and LANK Texas? Most definitely, of course. And then, when we lost to Texas, it really hurt. And then going into the USF game, wasn't a good game. We struggled. And then, it just came in.
Horribly struggled. Probably one of the most, probably the least efficient Alabama game I've ever watched in my life.
Fruition. I'll never forget. We had a player-only meeting. J. Mill was a starter. He gets up there. He says, we talking about LANK. We preaching LANK, but we not living by it. If we're going to go out here, we got to really go out here and play for each other. He wasn't even a starting quarterback. He said, it doesn't matter who's out there. If Ty out there, I want him to be successful. The other Ty, if he was out there, I want him to be successful. And that's what LANK is all about.
There's all kinds of different motivation, but one of the easiest ones is when you have something to prove. Much more difficult when you've been successful and you have to continue to be successful. But in this case, for this young team, I think this was a great motivating factor for how they improved throughout the season and how they overcame a lot of adversity.
With the guys coming up with LANK, it just kind of motivated everybody, the players, the staff in the building, the fans, to let naysayers know, let people know we're not finished, we're going to continue, keep watching. And so I think this really carried those guys through that season.
Freaking crazy, man. It's crazy. I love this.
All you hear is negative this, negative that. And when they came up with LANK, they really dove in believing in that.
My boy Shots Chapman!
Who we really are. And you take a guy like Jalen Milroe, a lot of people doubted him.
I mentioned it.
That merch is crazy. Might have to give me some.
And that was something that we acknowledged, or something that we put together. Although it was
Rose Bowl.
And a small idea, became something really big and special. So to see the transformation where it started into where it is now is something special.
With LANK is something that's meaningful for you guys.
Yes, sir.
You have an
Hold on, let's back it up. With
LANK is something that's meaningful for you.
He's not an Alabama quarterback. That's freaking Jalen Hurts. Everyone says, oh, he's an Oklahoma quarterback. Bro doesn't ever rep Oklahoma. Never.
You guys, did you have an idea that it was going to take off the way that it did?
I knew it was going to take off, but not the way it did. Honestly, not the way it did. It really surprised me when I brought it up in the interview. So I bring it up in the interview, then a guy by Trip Powell, man, he's our collective guy, really great dude. He says, hey, man, he calls my mom. We got to get a trademark on LANK right now. Why you say that? Man, a huge Bama guy, he just bought it. So I'm like, he just bought it. Yeah, anytime y'all say LANK, he makes money off of it. So then the university just, the power Alabama in the back, and they came and backed us. And then with that, they put the script day on it. That has never been done before.
This was something that Jalen.
That's pretty cool.
Formed themselves, but there are other outside actors that were trying to put that on T-shirts. So there was really a rush to marketplace. And so I think that's where they were very wise in partnering with Alabama and licensing the script A, because then you start throwing the weight of Alabama behind you, and it made that process so much faster.
That A, Alabama, when you see that, that's an iconic brand. I mean, I've been to Italy a year ago and Germany this year.
Well, you are still Nick Saban in Italy, but let's see what he says.
And I get roll-tided in both places.
Of course.
I've received a roll tide in Amsterdam, London,
Mm-hmm.
Ireland. Like it.
Most notable college football team in the world, bro.
Is powerful. People know.
I don't care what anyone
means.
says.
You're constantly running into people who either are alumni or just love following Alabama football, University of Alabama, and you get a roll tide. And that's script A follows you wherever you go.
The Alabama script A, the brand, is aligned with two of the other most powerful global brands. That's the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Yankees.
The script A is about as big as a brand as you can get, especially in college football. Not just college football, but really globally.
Sports.
And that A on your chest, everybody want to taste it. Everybody want to touch it. Everybody want to try to beat it. But one thing about wearing this A, you got to wear it with pride.
That script A is sacred, okay? And you got to make sure that it's
Okay,
used
burn.
in a manner that represents the university in a way that we embrace. We
The man
support.
that brought
When
DeBoer.
we gave permission, thought it made sense to allow the script A to be in LANK. That's a big step. We don't do that lightly.
So when that happened, it was like, dang, man, like we really got something here. And that just talks about like the power of coming here, the importance of coming here, and it's loyalty here.
We also got to thank Yay Alabama. They put us in position to use the script A and use that as part of our merchandise, part of our branding.
So Yay Alabama is
That
the
took
official
off.
NIL entity with the University of Alabama, and while we are not officially affiliated, we work in close conjunction with the university. Obviously, Alabama is a very powerful brand and represents itself in a certain way. So we make sure that the way we put ourselves out into the market would represent Alabama in a first-class way.
So I was very, very supportive of, what they were, trying to do, but that's really what name, image, and likeness was supposed to be. Guys take branding opportunities, value that they create for themselves, and market it and make money.
Yeah, I think, using their likeness, using what they bring to the table, the things that they enjoy doing, who they are as a person, combining that.
That's a real interesting perspective right there.
With what we have here at Alabama. It's exciting seeing what NIL has provided when it comes to that opportunity for them.
What LANK shows is that we're going to be supportive of our student athletes. But we're going to be supportive of our student athletes when it's a well thought out plan that positively impacts them, that positively impacts our university, and we work together collectively with that.
You look at what Terrion and Jalen did, and you also got to give props to the university for putting the infrastructure around them. And it shows what happens when people meet up and support.
That boy, Mark. Man, Mark Ingersoll were probably one of the biggest Alabama fans of all time. A lot of people don't come back to their alumni, even if they win the Heisman. I mean, you don't see. I'm not gonna name anybody, but you don't see a lot of these Heisman winners repping their college. Mark doesn't matter. He's there.
Each other. I mean, I think the university allowing them to use the script A is powerful.
So you got to look at it as a whole. You got to see it as the whole team, because all they see is Terrion and they see Jalen, but they don't see around us that allow us to spread our wings and really be successful.
I'm Karthik Shanadi, co-founder and CEO here at Athletes Thread. We're the leading provider of NIL merchandise for student athletes. We're currently at over 150 colleges and 16,000 student athletes. By the end of the year, we'll be at over 250 colleges and 30,000 student athletes. Our slogan is more than a name, more than a number, and really want to be supporting the athletes off the field and not just be doing name number jerseys or t-shirts. We want to be doing
That's really, they jumped on that.
Doing much more than that when it comes to our products.
Yeah, they were great. They were very quick to come up with the design, and I think they understood the value in advertising. Some businesses might have been very slow to advertise because you don't know what sort of return on investment you're going to get, but they realized and very quickly acted on that. And I also think they understood the value of the brand and branding and what powerful brand the University of Alabama is.
Once we were allowed, I mean, we include.
By the way, it's a different because their whole business model is based off student athletes and brands off student athletes and merchandise off student athletes. But the interesting thing here is it's not just student athletes. That recognition of the A and the name and licensing of that A, the script A, it just puts it in the first class category.
Included in the main brand mark, and that just really exploded. I mean, that brand mark, I use it. I see it all over social media. I see it in even basketball. SEC championship, they were using the LANK, in some of the graphic and imagery.
I know there are current athletes at the university, student athletes that are anxious to be sort of a brand delegate for those. So they can license, they can take, Terrion and Jalen can take what they've built and license that out. We got guys in baseball that might want to do it. We've heard other sports that might want to get involved. And so you've really built something that is going to last if it's taken care of. It's going to last beyond their 3 to 4 or 5 years at the university.
Love it.
And LANK has been a new rallying cry, both internally and externally with our fan base, that our student athletes get behind, that our coaches and staff, our university, our leadership, as well as our fan base can all unite behind. And I commend both.
That's that SEC ring right there, bro.
And getting that movement going. And it's cool to see. I think that's going to be something that's going to continue well beyond the time that Terrion and Jalen are done with their time as a student athlete at Alabama.
I think what's important here is when this thing started going, nobody in this organization stopped it. And I think a lot of places people are afraid of something new, afraid of something that maybe the players have control over. And to our administration's credit, to the coaching staff's credit, the players have control.
We got Bryce
over. And to our administration's credit, to the coaching staff's credit, they let it flourish and grow. You think, you do this and it fails, everybody looks bad. So I think the confidence that this administration and our team had in this group of kids and this team to go ahead and produce this and actually wear it and promote it says a lot about how this place comes together for each other.
That's crazy cool, man. That's crazy cool because, yeah, like you said, a lot of times, especially a lot of people think Saban's too, strict on things, but he's a lot more chill than people give him credit for.
After
I think people are realizing that too.
Sales just absolutely took off. It was just insane amount of sales coming in, and so at that
I would say after the
around the holiday season, Jalen and Terrion were like, "Hey, we're giving it's cool you guys are sending us samples and giving our teammates shirts, but we want to do something for them before they go home for vacation."
Okay, we're making money off of LANK. Okay, we got that. But our teammates, a team, we're united, the camaraderie we have as one. We need something that allows us to all be one. So the whole opportunity that we had with NIL, I feel like that's what it's for. Of course, Jalen and I, we could have just sat back and profited, but nah, it's bigger than us.
We can create a name number personalized to them. Why don't we come on site after practice? We'll bring the product in the box. We'll have their own individual personalized LANK dry fit t-shirt. And they were like, all right, let's do that.
We all know what took place over the offseason and what it all took to get us to where we at right now. We know that we're not a finished product, but at the end of the day, bro, we got a motto that we hold through the offseason, and we know about LANK. We know what it means to us. We know what this team had to go through and things like that.
We all been a part of this journey. Yep. This is something that has connected us.
I told both Jalen and Terrion, it took me 2 or 3 years to build my first multi-million-dollar business, and these guys were able to do it in a couple months.
I mean, but dude, they're the face of college football. Come on.
And not only that, this is a business that they're continuing to work on. So this wasn't a short time, and in our line of business, we call it hot market. where you're going to see sales spike up and then it drops down. No, LANK, you could see
That's
there's
sick.
just a generation
That's
movement
sick.
that they've made happen, and we definitely see this being a long-term brand.
That's funny. That's funny. That's so funny.
They got your number on the back of it. So we represent LANK, we represent the state of Alabama, we represent y'all families, bro. Let's do it.
That's sick.
So we
That's
decided
sick.
on 3 things. We're going to support the guys in their unboxing. We're going to get all current NFL athletes that are Alabama alumni. We're going to get them boxes.
Hell
And
yeah.
Third, we're going to do a pop-up event.
That was dope. It was dope. Cause when we initially heard the idea, me and Terrion were all for it. Cause the branching outside of Tuscaloosa and seeing the impact it has on the whole country, that was great. So then to further along have it in Pasadena, man, it was special. It was even more special because fans on the opposite side were even trying to go to the pop-up store and check it out. You know what I'm saying? So that was even pretty cool too. So this transition we're going into is steadily growing because of the things we did right at the beginning.
I think Terrion Arnold is one of the best success stories that we've seen in college athletics. You went from a guy that was playing a role previous to last year, who, when his number was called, he got on the field, and you obviously have to be a good player. You have to, that's sort of a given. But then he used his opportunities, and that's what I mentor all of our student athletes. I think too many student athletes, and athletes in general, let the media use them when they should be using the media.
Terrion Arnold.
That's crazy because you guys think of the Alabama Auburn Iron Bowl, the last. So obviously Jalen Milroe has that crazy 30 something yard pass, fourth quarter, not a lot of time left, scores. But if you guys remember, the last play of the game, there's like 1 second left, and Auburn throws an interception to Terrion Arnold. So kind of like it's just fitting, like the puzzle pieces there.
Arnold became a first-round draft pick. At the time that LANK really got popular, he was just a player.
That's
Jalen
sick.
Milroe was a quarterback who had only played a couple games at Alabama. So those are the two players
That's
representing
sick.
this thing. And it
That's
took
sick,
off.
bro.
People think they were this popular a whole time, but really,
That's
when LANK was
gross.
popular, these guys were just starting to get momentum as players.
And what is really awesome is what they have done for their teammates. It's not only just LANK for them, they are doing this for their teammates, and their teammates are going to be able to profit off of this as well. So I think that says a lot about them, that they're sharing it.
Love that.
You were on the last team that Nick Saban coached, made it to a Rose Bowl, overcame all that adversity. What is this team going to mean for you as you move forward throughout the rest of your life?
I feel like we're a brotherhood, and we really built a true bond, and we found our identity, which was LANK. Like, we all bought into it, and just to come out here and support them and just even see all the hardships and stuff and all the hard work, ultimately, man, we built a bond that will last forever. Football, it's about winning, it's about culture, but at the end of the day, it's about finding lifelong friends and developing memories that you can cherish forever, and we really did that.
I think the LANK mentality, the best thing about the LANK mentality is universal. And I think everyone has a form of could use that LANK mentality in everything that they do. So it'll never die. There's always going to be naysayers. So the LANK mentality is going to be a big component of this new 2020.
I feel like this thing could go like for 5 or 6, 7 years.
2014 because of what the skeptics and people.
I mean, it could go for a while, bro.
Happen with the new coach.
A decade
The
even.
most competitive person out here. That's what our DNA and the standard really is. Like, you want to come in and to a place like this where you not gonna compete. This place you gonna compete at everything you do. And then watch Coach DeBoer come out. I think he got the same mindset that we all then had. And you can kind of see that grit in his eyes, his passion as well. Because who wouldn't want to come? A lot of people want to take this job, but to walk in it and put your shoes on and hit the ground running, which I think he has done, I mean, it's something special, and that's the brotherhood of what these guys enforce from.
Sir,
from
Mr.
Milroe
Chapman.
Still here, and to keep that still going. Like, people still doubt us. And that's what the naysayers really is. Y'all are doubters.
Well, I think probably more than ever, it's going to come into place because of, obviously, there's a transition. And anytime there's a transition, there's always questions on how is it going to be, especially when you're transitioning from where it was. And I think, here's the one thing, landscape of college football, everybody wants Alabama to lose.
Yep. Everyone's a naysayer, said Mr. Bam.
Yeah, I'm excited to see us continue to build on what happened last year. And I know with all of the transition and just moving pieces within the program, that it's really going to probably create a new life of its own, added on top of the legacy that LANK, and the way it was.
I love how he's embracing it.
Okay, obviously, Coach DeBoer just got a new head coaching job. There's a lot of doubters. I was talking to him about it yesterday. Y'all got to go out here this season and LANK. Same thing with me, going into the NFL, high draft pick, guys will not go first round. It's like, what are you going to do? You're not proving.
Alliance.
You have to go out there and LANK.
Yeah, we got JMO, Gibbs, and Terrion all like in the last like 2 or 3 years for like back to back to back. Pretty cool. The Lions.
Regardless of marketing opportunities, regardless of how much money you make playing in the NFL, you got to keep the main thing the main thing. So what is the main thing? Focus on playing well. Focus on being the best player you can be, because that's what stimulates more and more interest in whatever marketing opportunities you might be able to create, including LANK. So keeping the right priority, keeping the right perspective on things, I think is really, really important, because all these things happen because you perform well.
The biggest thing we have to do is worry about within and not the external factors. When you're lost in external factors, that's when you get weary through the process. And so we have to be where our feet are and really attack the day at hand. And Coach DeBoer talks about want to know.
The next phase is really just, man, continue to just keep going out there and being a living or walking testament. Like, man, continue to go out there and LANK, or just to continue to go out there and prove yourself on a daily basis.
I love how it has that
But
custom
with the
threaded.
transition, it allowed us to be stronger as a team, and it allowed us to really look within and saying, who do we want to be in the future?
That's it. Credits. Guys, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Y'all LANKing? Bro, we LANKing all season. All season. We got Jalen Milroe. I'm saying, I wonder how this is going to expand. Like I said, it's going to be, I guess it's really Terrion and Jalen's brand. So I don't know if there's going to be much expansion, but Jalen Milroe is the beacon to LANK, and I feel like it's really going to start to encompass a lot of the zeitgeist of college football and Alabama. So interesting. What do you guys think? You think this is an interesting documentary? Kind of gives you a little inside preseason feel with NIL as well. So we haven't seen NIL like this before. I really don't think we have. But yeah, looking forward to having more in-depth college football documentaries like this. If you guys know one that you want me to react to or look at, put it in the comments or send me a message. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Shields. Like and subscribe. Until next time, peace out.